the CO, how you return the CO, because in that is the 5 mark is return given only for the correctness of the CO statement. If you go through the what happened that it is generally happening while observing as a Margdarshak or by I am doing this work from the last 8 years, this COPO mapping and attainment and NBN NAC. From last year, what is the common mistake and what is the common thing is I'm observing that people are writing the CO by copying from the some colleges, different colleges. They do not know whether their college had written correctly or not, because they what is the remark is given by the expert committee on that CO, whether the CO is uh, written as per the Bloom's taxonomy, which is a very important foundation, a pillar for writing the CO. And most of the faculty do not aware with the that CO, Bloom's level also. And if they return the CO also, the 90%, I can say, or 90, many times 99%, but 90% in average, the CO is written in the UO wise, means unit wise. Unit number one CO, unit number two, another CO, and in this manner only. And the committee when comes, so it means it is the course outcome, not the unit outcome, and they not give the good remark. And out of 120, what we observe that they generally give not more than 40 or 50 mark. Or if you are written properly, if you are written, but many times what happens that people return also, they follow some softwares. Now there are so many softwares are in the market for writing the COPO. So the software, they're using the software, but when the committee asks, or if you ask to that people, how you find out this attainment, how you map this thing, all these things, they fail to explain all these things. And it is very, very important activity as far is concerned with the criteria 3 of the NAC, or the criteria 2 under the criteria 3 of the NBA, and criteria 2 under criteria 2, that is the NAC. In both the it is things are present over there. So what the thing I want to explain is that while explaining this thing, if you had some query, and if you want some clarification, and some want to some ask some question, so no doubt the organizer will going to take your question at the end of the session. But in between, if you write, feel that this query should be solved at that point only, so you raise your hand, or you open your mind, mic, and ask me that question. So I will clarify. And it should be two ways, so that it's more interactive than it is very. Uh, I can also understand that you are learning, means you are understanding. Otherwise, I am teaching and you are not learning. So the outcome is going to come zero. So it is the teaching learning process. So in the teaching learning process, it should be two-way. It should be interactive. And it is the learner center. Means what you want to study. If you are having the interest in learning this COPO mapping attainment, then only you are going to learn this thing. Otherwise, only for getting the certificate for attending this FDP for some requirement of your appraisal or thing. So you are not many, as you are experienced that, and you are also know that uh, what happened that in the online teaching, 50, more than 50% people are only log, because the organizer said that the attendance is compulsory. Okay, and they are at the end may open the mic, open the video, and they start asking something or something. So please do not do that thing. If you are having the interest, then only join it, and do not one thing which is already might be the organizer has explained. Please keep your mic closed, okay, mute, and do not leave the meeting in between, join the meeting in between. It is all the things are going to disturb the session. So with that few things, I will start. So as the name of your FDP is Innovative Practices in Teaching Learning Process. So nowadays the process of the teaching learning as I told you, it is the outcome-based education. So I'm not going to talk much more on the outcome-based education because you are, as I said, seen the schedule of your FDP. So the next session, which is already planned, they've had planned the outcome-based education. So that speaker is going to take the care of the outcome-based education. But in the brief, because this subject is the course outcome, program outcome, it is the outcome based. So I have to explain the some background or some basic of that outcome. Okay. So in the outcome and after that, I'm going to explain the Bloom's taxonomy because without Bloom's taxonomy, it is not possible to write down the CO. So how the CO should be written, I'm going to explain the 1 to CO and then how to map the CO and PO mapping and attainment. So we are having the 2 hours and I try to finish that thing within the scheduled time. Okay, it is clear? Yes.
Yes,
So
sir.
these are the my presentation is based on the some references. These are not the links of the direct Google links or that is YouTube link. These are the links for the courses which I attended. These are the material which is given by the expert at the time of that is the edge. I am the Margdarshak for the NBA. So at the training session of the Margdarshak, they share this information. And this is the last number link, the link number 5, examination reform policy. Okay. This is the my contribution. This is the policies there, but I had adopted this exam reform policy for justification of the mapping because this thing is lagging and all the faculties are unable to clearly justify the thing properly, scientifically. So I had given one tool as a scientific tool how to justify your mapping, that is the 1, 2, 3 high level mapping, medium level, low level, so that your idea will be clear how why you given the 3, 2, 1 and you have to return that justification. Otherwise, you can explain with that there are so many methods, but I adopted this AICT exam reform policy for explaining the justification. Okay, so with that, I'm going to start my presentation. So I'm not going to explain this because the criteria, because this chapter is related with the all the our talk is related with the criteria 3, which is 120 mark. So only I had put this slide here so that you will understand the importance of the CO and PO and how much weightage they are given for the different points. So here the evidence of CO being defined for every course that is there. Okay. But that is for the 5 marks that you all should have the. But they what they check under the evidence, they check the appropriateness of the statement shall be seen for at least one course each from second, third, and final year of study. So they check, this is the first what is important, appropriateness. If it is not appropriate, you are not going, though you had written the CO, all are used to write the CO, it is not a very big task. But appropriateness of that CO, then only you get the 5 mark. Otherwise, you will get the 0 mark. So that is under that. So as I told you, how this chapter is addressing the OB. I did not explain in the OB, but only how this chapter 3 and COPO addressing the OB. For that, this slide is there. Because under the OB, the outcome based education means what the students are able to do after completion of the course or after earning the credit after 4 years, what he is able to do. Okay, that is what the skill set he had got after completing the course. If he is the computer engineer, whether he is able to design the website, he is able to write the coding properly or not. So for that, the NBA has given the skill sets. The what do you want the students to be able? That is skill set. The NBA is expecting from the student after OB, means after completing the course or program. So what is the, and it is already given by the NBA. That is the PO. That there, how many PO they given? The 12 PO. So the 12 PO, if you generate or develop that quality, inculcate that quality under the student, 12 PO, 12 that is called the graduate attributes. Then only you are addressing the OB outcome. What the outcome is expecting by the NBA with the accreditation, and for that you have the PO. So for PO it is not, if you and if it is not possible, and some PO PSO one two to three PSO you can add by your own as per your requirement, as per your college specialty or college skill set. Means we can say that if some college is having some special laboratory, some college may having the some special qualified teachers under the some field, so he can put one PSO in that college that will distinguish your college from the other college. That is the, because the, if the one subject is that engineering, the CAD, CAM, and automation. All colleges are having that subject. So, uh, but how is the PSO different? In your college, you are having the 3D printing machine. No other college having the 3D printing machine. Or in your college, you are having the 3D printing of the special type of 3D printing. And you are working on the 3D printing on the some material or some solid material or some liquid material, or you are working on the some composite, or you are working on that 3D printing, you are developing the some you are in the area of the tissue culture or in the area of the automobile. You are using that 3D printing in the area of the some of the requirement of the industry special purpose, or you are using this 3D printing for solar panel manufacturing. Nowadays, the 3D printing is used in the unconventional source. So in that case, you mentioned that the after completion of this course in my college, if you are having the our students are able to use the 3D printing for designing and developing the solar panel. That is the your PSO should be like that. But that is also it is not observed. They also written from the copying prints of the other colleges, and that will help you in getting your admission purpose. Because this PSO, because some want the hydrogen, like in our college who had has the recently we purchased the hydrogen, set up the hydrogen lab, hydrogen testing lab. And if we see, if we observe, if you go and visit the 100 college in the Maharashtra, you will find only the two or three college that is having the facility of the hydrogen testing. So if the some student want to make the career under the hydrogen, and because hydrogen is the emerging fuel, and after 4 5 years, if you see that the now as that is the all are talking about the EV or electric vehicle, but and CNG, but I am sure that after 4 5 years, all are going to talk about the hydrogen, and that is the unconventional source. So if you want to make the career after 4 5 years in the hydrogen fuel, so you should have to learn the hydrogen. So you should write the PSO in that manner. The in my student, that is the after completion of the course, the students are able to taste the hydrogen, or they use the hydrogen fuel cell, or they're able to develop the hydrogen fuel cell. So that is called the PSO. So I'm not going to go over there, but hey, this is the part of the CO and PO writing. So before CO writing, why I'm talking about the PO and PO writing? Because the flow, but you should have the vision and mission of your institute, and then vision and mission is to fulfill that vision and mission. You should have the PEO, program educational objective, why you are running your program, and after that the PO, which is given by the NBA people, and the PSO you have to write. That's why I'm explaining the how to write down the PSO. It is missing it here. People are not understanding still. Yeah, and they write very general statement. My students are going to do this. And you find this PSO in all the college PSO. So how you are going to distinguish program specific? What is the name? Is program specific outcome, not objective outcome. So what is your program specific outcome? If you understand that, then only you are able to write down the PSO. Okay. Hello. Huh, sir. My voice is not coming. Hello?
Sir, it's very clear.
It is clear?
Yes, yes, yes. Sir, it is clear now.
It is clear, na?
Yes,
Okay,
sir.
okay.
Yes, yes.
If you find any time in between, my voice is not coming because of this is the online, these things are happening, and net issue is always there. So if you find, but not for the 1 and 2%, if the majority of the people are finding that problem, then you can stop, okay? Otherwise, some people are sitting on some remote place, then do not disturb that, okay? So it is clear, my voice is clear now? Hello?
Yes, sir. Absolute.
Yes,
Absolute,
no?
sir.
Okay.
Absolute.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's
So I,
Good
uh,
morning.
you understand, so I had explained how to write down the PO and PSO. That you understand? You that got? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Please interact with me. Otherwise, now it's monotonous.
मराठी दोन
Yeah. I had explained clearly how to.
मला हे शार्प करून द्या ना.
Hello. Please mute your all the participants. Please mute your mic, which I already given that instruction in the initially. Okay. Do not disturb in between. So I had explained how to write down the PO and PSO. The PO is already given by the NBA. So I had explained clearly how to write down the PSO. If you understand that PSO, hello. So that I move for the next point. Because our topic is CO, PO mapping and attainment. Unless who do not understand the PO and PSO, we are not able to map that thing. So you understand the PSO?
yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yes, okay.
Yes,
Now
sir.
to fulfill the PSO, so what is happening that still, again I'm going to say that we try to write down the CO. Next, after PO and PSO, you start writing the CO. CO with the course outcome. So what is happening that who are having the CO, matlab who are having the curriculum, and from the curriculum you are writing the CO. And but the NBA is saying that you should decide what the student, because you want to fulfill this PO and PSO. To fulfill this PO and PSO, which is mentioned that is 12 PO and 3 PSO. What are the courses you require? What are the courses you require, and under what course you should teach, so that your program course outcome will be fulfilled. You will get the course outcome. But nowadays, what is who are having the most of the college in the affiliated system, or they are having the in autonomous also they are having the curriculum, and now they start changing the course outcome. They start writing the course outcome. So it is very difficult because you are the flow chart which is given by the NBA is like that. This is the flow chart of NBA. This is the flow chart of the NBA. Most of the people might be familiar with this flow chart, which is given by the NBA. Why this flow chart is very important? See, read this chart, because we have to write down the CO and we have to map the CO. So it is mentioned that while development of see this arrow, the arrow, this flow chart I did not draw. This is given by the NBA. If you go in the NBA handbooks or how to prepare the SAR or NBA study material, you will find this flow chart. So what is they mention that you should this is the vision mission on the top, which is all the college are having, and program education objective, that is all the college are having, and program outcome, which is given by the NBA, and then course outcome. Okay. So how it is developed? So first it is you should have the vision and mission. See this arrow. This development process is downward arrow. Okay. Not the upward arrow. Means you should have the vision and mission first in your hand. If your vision and mission of your institute, you want to the research graduate, you want the innovation in the culcate in the graduate. So your course should have that focus on the research and innovation. If you want having the some special objective vision and mission for as per the local needs, then you mention that things in your course. Then program education objective, this is measured after 4 years. After completion of the graduate, after 4 or 5 years, it is required to measure. So where you want to see your students after 4 or 5 years, that will decide the program educational objective. Okay. Where you want to see your student after 4 or 5 years, that will deciding your program educational objective. Some may want them by student who is able expert in the coding writing. Some may expect that my student after 4 years, he want some position of the managerial position. He should reach to the managerial position. Some college may having the vision that my students are 50% of my students should learn, go for the higher study, or they go for the MS or MBA or whatever the thing has the higher study, that the MTech. So they want to check the whether your teaching learning process is in that manner, so that you are inculcating that quality and your students are motivated to take the higher education. You may want some college may having the program educational objective that 20% of my students is go for the entrepreneur. They should not go for the service, but the service provider. Okay, they will start the startup. Okay, that is the 50% of your student go start the startup. Likewise, they may having the some program educational objective. So that is you when you are going to measure this thing, these are all the things are able to measure after 4 or 5 years. So fulfill that thing, you should have the PO already, which is not in your hand now because it is a given graduate attribute, but it is contain all the things. As per the and the PSO, you had decided, as I earlier mentioned. So if you mention that my students are going to work in the PSO in the hydrogen cell, so after 4 or 5 years, you go and check how many alumni are working in the hydrogen cell, how many working in the unconventional energy sources, or in the solar or the wind. How many students are designing the using the 3D printing for unconventional energy sources? When after 4 or 5 years. So to fulfill that thing, what is the things are required? You require the curriculum. And from curriculum only it is possible. So you have to design your curriculum, your teaching learning process means your curriculum. As our FDP topic is innovative teaching learning process. So you have to make the innovation in your teaching learning. You change not like the black and board. Instead of black and board, you start teaching the online. Means that it is not the innovative practice. But you have to give some project, you have the problem solving, you have the curriculum like that, the lab base, so that student will directly apply the knowledge practically, not theoretically. So then only you able to write down the course outcome, because course outcome means you want this thing, 4 5 thing from the course 1, 4 5 thing from the course 2. So to fulfill that thing, you require the curriculum. Now this is the development process. So curriculum when come, it is the course outcome is the bottom. Now most of the thing what happening that we are having the curriculum, you are writing the course outcome. So it is mismatching, because already you decided the curriculum, but you should decide what is the course outcome of that thing to fulfill that PO. Then only you decided your topics. These are the things I'm going to in the unit 1, unit 2, unit 3. These are the courses I'm going to come, so that my course outcome 1 is fulfilled. So it means that you have to write down the course outcome first and then the curriculum. But it is not possible for the affiliated college and for autonomous. So you are having the curriculum and you are writing the course outcome. So I am going to explain in that manner only. And the attainment, see, check the course attainment, then program attainment, it is going upward. So the vision and mission when going to attain? When all the things are proper. So this arrow is upward. So this development process is from bottom, first vision and mission, then PO, then PSO, then course outcome. You have to write down this course outcome first. And then here, what is the bottom is going to come? The curriculum. Okay. So have you understand what I explained just now? Now we come to the our main topic. Before that, one more basic fundamental before going for the course outcome and program outcome. So how to write down the course outcome, I'm going to explain you. But before that, these are all the fundamental is very much necessary to clear, because these are the things are not clear, then it is not possible to write down the CO and PO, PSO and find out the attainment. So I am moving forward. So this is the, I am not covering the OB because the other speaker I had seen. So I am uh, moving forward to the other. So I'm directly going for the, this is also the Bloom taxonomy, because this base is required for CO writing. That's why I'm covering the Bloom's taxonomy. Otherwise, I'm not going to clear, but in the very brief, not in the Bloom taxonomy itself, the very big thing, and it required the number of hours. So I am within the 5 minutes, I am going to explain how this Bloom's taxonomy is required to use in the CO writing. Many people, they claim that I had used the Bloom's taxonomy in writing the CO. But when the expert asks how you use this Bloom taxonomy, they fail. It is not, and when he read your CO, he find out your CO is not as per the Bloom's taxonomy, but it is the unit wise, and you have written as per your understanding, not as per the Bloom's taxonomy flowing. So these are the 6 level of Bloom's taxonomy. First level is the remember. As you are known, there is mentioned that recall, fact, or the basic concept. Recall means you memorize the things. So memorizing, like you do in the lower level, in the class 1, 2, 3, 4, up to, students are only remember. They chanting, like they chant, they repeat the word in the poem form or in the some algorithmic form, and they remember the formulas and all these things, but they do not understand from where this formula comes, from how this, it is possible to develop the formula at the 11, whatever the things are given, the variables are given. So like the transformation of matrix, you have to transfer the from the one place to another, translate. So what are the logic is there? There's no need of remembering that formula of the translation or rotation or the mirroring or the reflection. But how these things are happening, if you understand, this is the level 2. So there is no need of remembering. So remember is a very low order thinking, and many time it is not going to help and to attend the PO, because the first PO which is mentioned in the NBA is understand means the knowledge, apply the knowledge of, which is the very first word which is they use, because you want to write now. We are writing the CO because we want to map the CO with the PO, and after that you are not only map, but you have to find out the attainment of CO and PO, because the PO attainment is directly linked with the CO attainment. So when you first PO, if you want to attain, the first PO is mentioned is the student apply the knowledge. So they do not want the remembering thing. So our CO, the statement of the CO should have the word of the understand, mean the knowledge. So these understand, these are the sub keywords, keywords of this level 2, understand for the knowledge. These are the cognitive level, the second, and these are the keywords. So this is classify. And if you understand the thing, it is only possible to classify the thing. It is describe the thing, discuss, explain. If you are not understand, it is not possible to explain. Like this, I am explaining all these things because I am not remembering, but I understand something, so I am explaining things. Otherwise, it is not possible for me to remember and then explain only by reading only. So identify, locate, recognize, report, select. There are so many keywords that is available on the net. I'm also having the one gallery. So you can take down from that also. And the first PO is combination of these 2 levels, second and third. Apply. This is the word apply, and this is the understand. So apply the knowledge. Apply the knowledge means understand. Apply the knowledge of something like the, if you knowing the Newton's law, Newton 1 law, 2 law, 3 law. So apply that knowledge and do not understand. So student will understand the Newton law. It is not going to solve any purpose. It is not, if you writing that, the most of the CO when it is written in the form that people are understand the thing. So understand is not measurable. How you can measure the understand? When you apply that knowledge. if you are giving some outcome, okay, so that is the, then only the apply the knowledge, then it is possible to measure the understand. Otherwise, you are, because that word is, it is possible to measure, understand, we classify, describe and identify, and it is possible theoretically. But as per as our NBA is concerned with the CO PO mapping, it is not measurable. Because the thing which you want to measure with the PO one is apply the knowledge of, that is the first word is mentioned, that is the apply the knowledge of mathematics, physics. My mouse is not. So this is the, because you're writing this PO to map the, this is program outcome, PO, first PO. So normally it is possible to measure the understand by, if you're writing the theoretical question, they're classified, differentiate, they're the knowledge. But here, what the thing you want, apply the knowledge. Apply is the third level and knowledge is the second level. For what purpose? Apply the knowledge of mathematics. What the knowledge you want to apply here? Mathematics. Not the simple, that the differentiate between the two things or classify. That is also the keyword of the understand. But here you want the map the CO with the PO. So when you want to mapping of the one level also, you should have the knowledge of the mathematics, science, engineering fundamental and engineering specialization. Means from the, if the problem is of the computer engineering, so the student of the computer engineering only able to solve that problem. Not the mechanical engineering student is going to solve that problem by remembering that thing. Remember is not going to solve the problem. If you understand the thing, you apply the knowledge, and then only it is possible to solve the problem. So this is the thing. That's why your Bloom's level understanding is very much. So this flow is very much, if you want to map the apply and understand. And after that higher level is the second is the analysis. So analysis means the third, well, that is fourth level as per the Bloom's. So here the analysis you want, this is. So write down this problem analysis. So this is come the PO2. As per the Bloom's, it is a level 4. So whatever the keywords are in the analysis, that should come here in the analysis page. Then only, so your CO, first CO should be on the knowledge, second CO on the analysis, third on the design, and fourth on the investigation. If or all other POs, there are the 12 POs, so it is not required to write down the 12 COs, but only the 4 to 6 CO it is mentioned required to write. So your problem analysis, the second. So here, what are the things they expecting here? That should comes in your CO's word. Then design. Design is the higher level. So design in the, it comes here, the create, that is the analyze, evaluate, and the create. So your 4 CO you can form on the apply, second on the analysis, third on the evaluate, and fourth on the create. Because create the thing require the knowledge base, investigation is required. So if writing the 4 CO on by using these 4 words, keyword, then you are having the proper COs. So this is the basic of the Bloom taxonomy. I'm not going in the detail now. So you should, these are the things are available on the net, but how to use these Blooms, that we're going to see in the CO writing. So it is, you clear? Do you understand? It is clear?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Apply, analysis. So these are the words. If in flowing in your CO, so then it is good written COs. So now I'm going to go to, now I'm not covering the Bloom's taxonomy in detail, but how these are working. By the end of the session, the student will be able to design an original homework problem, or they will determine is the word is comes from the evaluate. Here the word is the evaluate, the word is determine. So they are able to determine. They analyze means they differentiate between the potential and kinetic energy. But this differentiate in with reference to the mathematics, science, engineering, not the difference between the theoretical differentiate. You writing the two things, find out the differentiate. Well, sir, they are analyzed together. That is not the thing, but differentiate with reference to some mathematical, some analysis, then only they are able to differentiate. Some inferentive calculus they do, and some software, statistical software they use, not the deterministic, but the inferentive. So if you use the like the ANOVA, if they use, or there's some the regression analysis, then they able to determine. Okay, then they're able to differentiate. Hypothesis testing. If you are doing the hypothesis testing, then they're able to differentiate between the these and different parameters. So that the differentiate they're expecting, not the difference between the two things. Okay. Then calculate, which is come under the apply. By the end of the lesson, the student will be able to calculate the kinetic energy. Okay. But here they determine their dynamic energy, and they determine, they design the homework problem principle conservation of energy. So see how they're flowing the thing, the one thing, the same thing. And by lesson student will three laws of motion, Newton three, they recite. It means they remember. But how to, by using the Newton first law, or by using the Newton third law, if you are able to solve some problem, then it is the understand, describe, and they calculate the thing, kinetic energy. So these are the words are going to, it is required to use, which I highlighted with the red color. In your, this word should come in your CO. So Bloom's taxonomy, there are the so many things is there. So I'm not going to cover that things. So, but all the keywords are available. This is for the keyword for the knowledge. If you are using your questions paper, having these are the keywords, then that on the second level. If you are having the CO of the third level, the CO may, it is expected by the NBA people that CO3 should be on the design, because first is the apply, second is the analysis, and third is design. If you are writing the CO3, so there, if you are having the question CO on the design, and if you are writing in front of that CO1, so there clearly understand that you do not understand the Bloom's taxonomy. Though under CO1 unit might be design things are there, it means that you do not follow the Bloom taxonomy while developing the CO. So if your question is on the design, it should come under the CO3. If it is the question on the analysis, it should come under CO2. So the wording of the CO should be of that, like that is the analysis things are, you are all the full chapter analysis you are going to under the analysis thing. Okay. So these are the precautions required to take while writing the CO. Otherwise, you are going to write down the CO as per your wish, and you are asking the question as per your. Now you may having the question, sir, we are the affiliated college, the question paper is not in our hand, it is coming from the university. So what you can do, what are the thing in your hand, like the you are having the CA1 or the class test or assignments or some evolution in your hand, you keep that assignment properly, because the evaluator also understand that, and that's why they given the relaxation for that also. But if the college of the tier 1 or autonomous college, this excuse is not accepted, and they directly rejected your CO and PO, and they directly give the 30-40 mark of your working, and they many times they even they give 20 mark also, and they write the remark that you do not understand. Okay. So analysis means what the thing are I mentioned: recognizing, hypothesis, conclusion from the statement, assumption, fact. These are the analysis the thing. Or comprehend the interrelation between the idea, distinguish cause-effect relationship, detect logical fallacy, check the consistency of hypothesis with the given. So these are the analysis in that level. If you are having, then it is the analysis. Okay. Now these are the some keywords of the analysis. So you have to use this keyword while revealing the COs. Then evaluate means, as you are the all are the teachers here. So you check your answer sheet, means you are checking with the evaluating the answer book. So that is nothing but the evaluation. And you are critique the thing, you check the, you put the remarks on the student's copy, or you critique on the papers when you write the literature review papers or the literature paper or the research paper. So you got the critiques from that. That is the review comments. So that is nothing but evaluate. So reviewing comments, detecting, experimenting, hypothesizing, judging, monitoring. These are all the things if you are doing under. So these are the things are testing. and only the first four CO, CO1, CO2, CO3, that is PO1, PO2, PO3, PO4, four PO. It is only possible to cover under the examination or in the your curriculum in the core subject. Otherwise, all the remaining PO, like the PO5 to PO12, for that you have to design the curriculum, you have to conduct the some curricular activity, you have to conduct the so curricular activity, you have to change your teaching learning process so that all the remaining PO will get fulfilled. But the first four PO, it is possible to fulfill with the help of the examination system, formative and summative examination, or with the help of the assignment, it is possible to directly get that attainment of the four PO. But from the PO5U to PO12, it is the skill of the teacher, skill of the teaching learning process, innovation in the teaching learning process, how he involved in the teaching learning process. So what the modern tool he used, what are the modern tools the students are using while learning that subject. If the one subject is that, I'm going to ask that use the NPTEL course for this my subject. That one topic is from the NPTEL you write. So it means that you are using the innovative teaching learning process. You are motivating students to go for the modern tool, online teaching learning. Okay, that is the web-based learning. So many tools covers under the one NPTEL. If you are taking the experiment, nowadays also the people are taking the experiments in the classroom, in the practical room, but without using the virtual lab. If it is possible to conduct the experiment by using the virtual lab, so again you are going to motivate the student to use the modern tool and teaching. That is the innovative teaching, innovative in the teaching learning process. One, two experiment you are compulsory from the virtual lab, okay, V lab, which is the Pune University having that center, and your college might be having that center virtual lab. Okay, so you one, two experiment you conduct from the virtual lab. So student will come to know that modern tool that is the criteria 5U. They are going to use the properly. They are going to learn the ethics in the PO6. If you are having the some civil engineering branch, you ask them to demonstrate, construct the some wall, like the 5 feet wall, you ask them to develop in your laboratory, that is 2 feet, 3 feet, 4 feet. You ask the student to develop the concrete and column and beam in the practical over there. So they are going to learn the so many practical things. This is called the project-based or problem-based learning. So that is the experiential or experiment-based learning. So, but we do not, if you are not doing that thing, so there is no innovation in your teaching learning, as regularly you are teaching students are not getting that practical knowledge. So these are the thing which is or depend on the faculty itself. Faculty can introduce anything, like in the at the end of the teaching, you give the one topic to teach the students the 10% the thing, or 5%, or you utilize your time to revise the student by calling the students on the platform and the revising. So that is the teaching learning. So that is the now I'm not going to cover these all the things. So it comes to our first thing, which is the course outcome, and then how to map the course outcome. So I hope what I'm talking with my experience and with my practical experience, I'm talking so many things. So that is useful for all the participants, because your FDP topic is the innovative in the teaching learning. So I am correlating my topic with that innovation with the COPO. Otherwise, directly I'm going to talk with the COPO. So you are not come to know the what is the correlation of the innovative teaching learning process with the CO and PO. So if you are having some query up to now, you ask me. Otherwise, we start our topic now. This is the CO and PO, how to write the.
Sir, your flow has been absolutely correct, sir. Please carry on, sir.
Yes. Yes, sir. Thank you. Thank you very much. So, you give me only 1 minute. I am taking the pause. I have to pass on one message. Only 1 minute. Okay, so what is the course outcome? As I mentioned, course outcome state what student on successful completing the course and earning the pass grade and the credit can perform, do, demonstrate with what he or has the learned in the course. The person, what the course means the subject. As per the NBA terminology, they call the course for the subject, and for the program, like your mechanical branch or the civil or they call the program. Under mechanical department, there might be different programs. So in the mechanical, there's the UG program, PG program. Under PG program, may you are having the specialization, the CAD CAM or the heat power. So they are called the programs, and all the things combined called the department. Under mechanical department and the program. So that is the difference in between the course and the program. So many people, many times the people are having the confusion. What is the course? What is the program? What is the department? So for that, I explained that word. Okay. So the course outcome should be, it should not be professor focused. As I told you that it should be student centric. The course outcome need to reflect both the objective and the outcome that academic program represent, as well as the broader mission of the institute as a whole. So I told you the flow. First the vision and mission, then the PEO, then PO, then CO. So your CO should be focused with your mission, vision, and your all the things. And you do not only concentrate on only the content of the curriculum, but the content of the curriculum should come from your vision and mission. Whatever the your vision of the institute, what are the mission statement there, and for that your two curriculum should be there, and it should be limited in the management number 4 to 6. And very important thing, it should be measurable and achievable. It means you should measure that after completion of this course, by applying that knowledge, after understanding, student will understand the Newton law and apply the Newton law to solve the problem. It means if you're going to solve some problem which you are going to give, that is containing some mathematical calculation or some fundamental of the physics, chemistry, that is the science, or the fundamental of the engineering, then only it is possible to solve that problem. So that's called the measurable and achievable. So it should be measurable. Otherwise, student will understand the thing. So it is not possible whether I am teaching you are understanding or not. It is not possible to understand the measurable. But if I am going to write down the how to CO, if you are writing the thing, so that is possible with the remembering. But understanding should be as per the NAC NBA, the understanding means you are understand the apply the knowledge, the thing under you should have the mathematics, it physics. Then only this is the understand. This is not the understand means the simple writing, the reproducing the thing, state, explain, write down the difference between. These are not that understand and the knowledge. Okay, so that should make clear. So if you're writing and you're writing, sir, these are the keywords in the understanding. Right is mentioned in the understanding. And if you're writing the question, but it is not going to fulfill your PO attainment. For fulfilling the PO attainment, you should have the knowledge of understand the how to use the mathematics, how to use the apply the differential calculus, how to apply the linear algebra, matrices. Then you are able to apply the ANOVA, Boolean algebra. These are all the things. If you're able to apply that thing, that knowledge, then your PO is going to attain. I am simultaneously covering both the things, CO and PO and the attainment, the portion, how you map the things. Okay. So course objective, describe what an instructor program aim to do. That is the objective. But here our aim is to outcome. And outcome statement describe the observable and measurable term what a learner is able to do after completing the course or program. After completing the program, he is able to develop the site, he is able to solve some problems, real life problems, societal problem. Then we can say this is the course outcome is fulfilled. Okay. Otherwise, like here the one example, given the specification of the auditorium or studio requirement, list the acoustic requirement and design the acoustic part of the auditorium or studio. If the students are able to do something like listing and design, then we can say the outcome is there. Okay. So it should be have the performance component, conditional component, and the criteria component. So for that, I'm giving the example like that performance mean like he going to pass in the examination, that is performance mastery over the content, okay, under some condition, which is the condition is given, and what is the procedure, facility, or the what are the conditions, by using this law only that condition will be given, okay. Or under the night condition, they are able to drive the car. That is called the drive the car is the one performance, he able to drive the car, but condition, he should able to drive the car in the night. And one the criteria is that, criteria is the he should speed of that car is the 100 kilometer. If you're writing, my students are going to understand how to drive the car. That is possible by learning by visiting the YouTube and by manuals or by driving school. Students are able to learn how to drive the car. Learn, that is learn, but whether he able to apply that learning in the actually able to drive the car or not. So that is the performance. But condition is there. He should also able to drive the car in the Mumbai, not only in the remote place or small city, in the crowded road also. Then the also criteria with the 100 of the speed, or he is able to drive the car. My students are able to drive the car on the uh, state highway or the national highway with the 100 speed in the night, day or night, any season, in the rainy season also. If you are writing that statement, complete statement, then we call that you have written the proper CO. So you should have the, in detail, there is no restriction that you should CO have should be of the one line or the forward. You can write down the one line, two line, three line CO also, no problem. But it should contain all the things, what are the things are expected, performance component, criteria component, and condition component. So CO should map with the, because you are writing the CO, because you want to fulfill the PO. You want to map the CO with the PO. So you should try to keep in the focus. The CO1, if you're writing, it means that it should have the some apply the knowledge. If you're writing the CO2, it should have the analysis content in that. CO3 means that is the design content is there. CO4, that is the evaluate or the investigate is there. So that is the thing should be keep in mind while writing the CO. Okay. So like there are some example. Use numerical method for solve first order and second order ordinary differential equation and compute numerical integration. See, all the things are very clearly mentioned. Use numerical method. What is the condition? Numerical method. You have to solve the thing with the numerical method, not any other method. To solve the first order and second order ordinary differential equation and compute numerical integration. What do you want to find? You want to compute the numerical integration. So all the, if you are, now these are the things, if you are going to ask the question on the basis of this, then if the student able to solve, and if you are going to solve that problem, then your CO will be attained. Your CO will be going to achieve. That CO is having the valid relation between the CO with the PO. Okay. The student will be able to design the armature winding of a DC machine. It is clearly mentioned. The armature winding of a DC machine. Able to design, this is the design, the armature winding of the DC machine of a prescribed specification by applying the basic terminology used for it. So they are again determine, okay, design. These are the word, after self complete the code, the student will be able to determine the geometric and photometric parameter of a image format in single or multiple camera based set. So depend upon your branch course, you have to write down the CO. Okay. Here are the some one CO is mentioned. These are some example. Solve practical engineering problem. Solve comes of the apply. Okay. Using basic concept. This is the knowledge. Basic concept of heat and mass transfer. This is the knowledge. By using this basic concept and transfer, solve the practical engineering problem. Okay. So after that, analysis. Analyze the laminar and turbulent boundary layer flow on the internal external region. So see, solve, apply, analyze. Third is evaluate. Evaluate, study and unstudy performance of a insulation, fan and thermocouple. Then last is design. So if you are asking the question on CO4, it should have the design. If you are asking on the question number 2 on CO2, it should have the analysis input. If you are only solving the apply the knowledge, then CO1. So if you are writing this type, your CO, so this is the one example which I had written, but you do not going to find this type of flow in every CO. If you go and refer so many CO, you are not going to find out that flow. And you, for that, what you do, you note down this very important thing which I am explaining now. Up till now, I had practiced this thing with very new faculty. We just joined. He do not know about the how to write down CO. But what I explained, he follow my instruction. So how to write down this thing? So what are the things that you required? You want the first the apply the knowledge, solve. What are the keywords of the solve? You can use that word. Okay. Then analyze, evaluate, and design. So what you do in, if it is possible in the core courses, see, many time people are very confusing that in the, which are not core courses of that branch, it is not possible to give that flow. So that is like the English subject. Okay. So what you do, you okay. So what you do, if you want to write down the CO, you first you write down like if you write the papers. If you write the research paper, most of the people, it is now nowadays it is very common practice to write down the research paper for the conferences, for the journals and all these things. So there what you mistake you made in the writing the research paper, what do you do in the research paper, there the first paragraph is the abstract. They want the abstract of that paper. So 90% people write down the abstract first and then write down the paper. But the abstract should be written at the end. You should write down the papers and then you write down the abstract. Similarly here, if you are having the course, from the course, if you want out the course outcome, so what you do, you find out the some abstract. You write down the abstract. These are the some things which are coming out from the abstract. So write down the full summary of your course. 1 page summary of your course. Under this course, what are the things are comes under the category from the unit number 1, unit number 2, unit number 3, unit number 4. Out of 4 unit or 5 unit, what are the parameters, what are the things are possible to only based on the solve, understand and solve. Where you require the analysis thing, what are the problems it required to solve, analyze the thing under the out of 4 unit. What are the things are evaluated, what are the things are designed. It is maybe happening that the CO4 you are writing the design that under that content may be of the unit number 1 or unit number 2, but it should come under the CO4. If you are flow in this manner, solve, analyze, evaluate, then only you are able to write down course outcome on the basis of the course. Otherwise, if you only reading the first unit and if you are writing the unit, then it will going to unit wise CO. And again, you are not going to solve the problem, that is you are getting the bad remark in the from the evaluator. So if you start that practice, now many times the people they argue that the faculty did explain that it is already given CO in the course book of university, but university never restrict you because you have to face your committee. The university is not going to come and face your committee. You have to explain the thing. You change your CO. Every college can have their own CO for the same course which is given by the nobody going to restrict you. But only as your question paper is not in your hand, so that is the last thing. And for that, they also give the, they do not ask in that level for the affiliated college. But as far as the autonomous college or who are going for the tier 1, they should follow this practice. So get the proper understanding of the CO. So this is the way you have to write down the CO. Okay, there are the so many things are given. So I am not different branches. So, but one thing which is there, discuss the C language feature, analyze the difference between the recursive and the analyze the role of data structure in and manipulate. So all are having the action verb. There should be have the action verb. Discuss the property, operation, application, strength and weakness of a different data structure. Analyze the various sorting, searching and graph algorithm. Discuss the structure. So you have to mention the design combination sequence using digital component. So they are having the action verb design. By what condition? By using digital component. Analyze different types of combination between processor and peripheral. So design memory unit for given specification. So they are always having the measurable word, action verb. Okay. This is for the some computer branch, machine learning. Machine learning concept, develop a machine learning model to extract the knowledge. Okay. Analyze linear circuit using the nodal. Applied network theorem to both AC and DC circuit. Employ two-port network model to represent active and passive network. See, you will not finding only understand in any of the CO. आपके इसमें सिर्फ understand, student will understand the linear circuit. Many time if you go and read itself, आप लोगों के पास भी जो CO है, if you go and read, you will finding the 50% CO written start with the understand. But here no thing, you can start with the understand, but you should have the after understanding what is you going to do. After understanding what is the knowledge he is going to apply. Okay, that are the things you should be here in the program. Now I hope you understand how to write down the CO. So these are the PO. So up till now, I already explained that it is possible to map the CO with the PO 1, 2, 3, 4, which are the domain specific. Computer branch, computer, mechanical branch domain, or the IT, civil. These are called the domain specific. But this modern tool uses engineering and society, environment and sustainability, ethics, individual and teamwork. They are domain independent. Okay. So it is not possible to measure directly. For that, you have to develop your curriculum, you have to conduct your some curriculum, extracurricular activity like individual and teamwork. For that, you can participate in the hackathon, different hackathon, SAE, BAHA, like that. So students are coming together or individually and teamwork, they function teamwork. For that, you take the mini model, mini project. Okay, then project, under that project, individual teamwork is going to come. You from the first year itself, you give the small project. In the first year itself, the physics, chemistry, whatever the each branch, each subject, it is possible to give the project. So start giving 3, 4 projects in the first year. In the second year also, project means mini model, mini project, which requires like the competition purpose. They are able to learn the thing. They are able to work, start working in the individual teamwork. Okay, ask them to present in the group. Okay, so that is the thing by teamwork. For that, they require the project management, finance. If they are having the project, the finance is going to come there. So there's two criteria going to fulfill. If you are developing the project, so they have to take the conscious of the environment, whether my project should not affect the environment or the society. What I am doing, I should not develop the atom bomb like the societal environment content. Okay, so like the nowadays the government is given the freedom also and the restriction also for the drone manufacturing. So if you are having the drone with the societal application, they allow it. If otherwise the drone is also used for the mispurpose and the different purpose which is not useful for the society, and they are also going to affect the environment. So you both the side is up there for every development. So if you are taking that type of project, so these are the like the project and lifelong learning. So many people, they do not understand what is the lifelong learning. For that, one document is there, exam reform policy. I am going to show that document. So learn, that is lifelong learning means you are not going to lifelong learning. Teacher is not going to find out what is the advancement is going in required in the subject. But the student should comes out and they should ask the teacher, sir, these are the things are not covered in our syllabus. These are the things are there in the other college syllabus, or these are the advancement is going on in this field of our subject. So how to cover that thing? From where should I learn? For that, you have to ask the student, and you have to inculcate that quality for lifelong learning. You have to conduct some TAE, like the teacher assessment exam or some assignment. Go to the library or go to the find out the literature, what are the advancement is going on in this field, make the summary of that thing, present the presentation. So you have to inculcate that thing. That is the innovative in the teaching learning. If you are going to do that thing, then only the quality of lifelong learning is inculcated in the student. But many times the teacher said that these are the things are not there. So students are not going to lifelong learning. Means they should have the recognize the need for having the preparation and the ability to engage in independent lifelong learning in the broadest context of the technological change. What are the technology? Then you can say that you had developed the quality of lifelong learning. If you are not taking any exercise on the lifelong learning in your curriculum, in your teaching learning, so how this quality is going to develop? It is not going to fulfill this PO. And at that time, you may map with the 1 and 2. If you are mapping the 1 also, so you have to explain why you had written the 1, why you written the 2. So that is the CO writing. and keeping the focus curriculum, you have to keep the focus of the all the PO. Okay. Now, this is the first part, how to write down the CO and what is the purpose of the CO. Now, the topic is mentioned in your schedule, CO PO mapping. Now it is coming up, what are the facility you are
Hello.
having, what are the faculty, lab facility you are having. So you have to take that thing with in your mind while writing the CO. As I told you, the every college having their own vision and mission. And CO should reflect your college vision and mission, not the university vision and mission.